7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
The Savachi syndrome, I'm telling you, I'm
like, well, holy shit, that was crazy.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Moto Aftermath Show, presented by TLR Coatings. We are here wrapping up Spring Creek, Mount Martin, the Minnesota round.
Say Mount Martin.
Mount Martin.
Mount Martin.
Mount Martin.
Uphill, downhill.
Uphill and then downhill.
Which, by the way, it's very deceiving. It looks big on TV. It's a lot bigger in person.
Great.
You can't walk up it.
Great. Can't wait to see it. Yeah, so anyway, so we are wrapping up the Spring Creek National here. Before we get started, make sure to follow us on Facebook. I have tons of pictures that I took at Redbud that I am posting every day. You can follow me on Instagram. I've got lots of pictures I'm putting up on there too of different pros that are not me. Fast guys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. We are growing. It is awesome. We appreciate it. But make sure subscribe, get your friends to subscribe, get your mom to subscribe, make some fake accounts to subscribe.
Fake news.
Fake news. And then, yeah, if you want to help us out, support the channel monetarily, there are a whole bunch of links down below. You can buy t-shirts, you can buy shit off Amazon, you can buy, just give us money on Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome.
Be nice.
We're making $6 a month right now from Patreon.
Cool.
It's great.
Awesome.
So anyway, Spring Creek wrap up. What did you think?
Of the track?
Sure.
Definitely wasn't as deep as past years, but
Nope.
that's also because they got like 2 inches of rain on Thursday night.
You notice the lack of sand rollers.
Yeah, they're getting pretty flat, although you can definitely see when everybody buries them that doesn't get over all the way over to the top, you're just building a cup, and you could see a lot of guys that couldn't get over to the top, they dropped in and it brought their momentum down, but yeah, definitely pretty much the same as every year. Gnarly elevations, got to get good drives out of the corners to get over them, and that step-up triple continues to plague 250 riders.
Yep, pretty much. So, yeah, I don't have anything else other than those sand whoops.
We're also going to cut this short because our battery's red.
Yeah, we're dying already.
So we'll just go straight into the first moto. Millville, we'll just say Millville was Millville.
Millville was Millville, and we're getting into 450s. Okay, 450s. Why don't you go ahead and talk about lappers?
Dude, I don't want to go on a big rant, but I mean, you know, we talked about this on the way to the Redbud, talking about how the GPs and just the difference of privateers can't travel the world compared to the country of the U.S. And we always talk about, man, you know, only 25 guys. But you know, and it's part of racing. It's been a part of racing since motocross was introduced to the, you know, this country. But dude, I'm starting to believe that GP's got it right. Having only about 25 dudes on the gate is great because, yes, you know what, Eli, more than likely he was going to get Kenny. But that was 2 lappers in a row in a matter of, you know, a section and a half that completely blew Kenny's drive. So Nate Laporte and Dardy Martel, you guys suck. Watch the blue flags. Get the fuck out of the way. Dude, I'm sitting there and
Ruthless.
You saw the text. Dude, I flipped out. Like I said, I knew, yeah, Eli was more than likely going to get Kenny. But Kenny was having the best moto since Glen Helen. He was killing it. Yeah, Eli was sitting back and marking him. But for Eli to only get around Kenny because a lapper literally blew his drive 2 sections in a row, it's a little irritating. Now, if Eli would have just blown around him on the outside or got him in that roller section like he would, fine, whatever. But to have a lapper completely take probably a second and a half out of your lap time, dude, that's just, I don't know, man. And then even in the second moto, guys were getting in the way when Eli and Marv were starting to lap people. You know, and I'm not blaming the lappers for why Eli got around Marv. That had nothing to do with it. But, you know, the more and more I see this, and when guys are getting lapped 5 laps in, dude, when you're looking at 38th and 39th place, a minute and 10 back on 4 laps in, you're like, bro, I understand it. You're trying to make a name for yourself. You're trying to follow the dream. But you can't be a minute and 10 back in 4 laps, bro. Like, I understand, you know, you're about 15 seconds a lap slower than the lead pace, but that is just not acceptable to me.
It's rough.
And, dude, it's so hard to watch, especially when you're talking about a track like Millville that's narrow as shit.
It's rough.
And, I mean, what was it, the second moto when Eli in that switchback section after the first set of rollers and stuff where it was Chase Marquier. Fucking Eli, disengage clutch, over rev, all the way through the section, and Chase is just, and I get it, he's trying to race forward, but when you got about 10 seconds to the next guy in front of you, like, bro, you clearly see the blue flag. They had the blue flags at the starting of the rollers, halfway through the rollers, and in that left-hand section, and you're just gonna completely ignore them and stay in the main line. Like, bro, you gotta move, because you cost Eli like a good 2 seconds. And it's really hard to sit there and watch it and not want to throw shit. Because everybody who's ever raced a dirt bike, even if you've never won a race in your life, has had to deal with lappers at some point, or guys that just don't know when to get the hell out of the way. And like I said, it doesn't even have to be lappers. They can be just guys you're pushing through the pack, and they're just slow. Everybody's had to deal with it at least one point in their life. It don't matter how good you are. It don't matter if you're a pro rider, a local A rider, a B rider, a C rider, a vet rider. It doesn't matter. You've had to deal with it at some point. So everybody can sympathize with what I'm saying. It's annoying as shit. And it's hard, dude. It's hard to deal with and not want to throw, especially when you got a battle. Now, if some guys 20 seconds out, whatever. Who cares? But I don't know, man. I'm just sitting there watching, and I got super frustrated yesterday. Super frustrated.
It was rough.
Yeah, like I said, it was probably the worst one of the year.
Yep.
So far, at least. That and Muddy Creek, maybe.
Sure.
So, yeah.
How about how heavy that red plate was for your boy there?
Why do you keep calling Marv my boy?
Well, Tomac's not your boy, so, you know.
Kenny is my boy.
Look,
didn't we just have this conversation?
We're just going real liberal on this. If you're not with us, you're against us. We're not liberal, it's democratic. If you're not with us, you're against us. So, you know what? You got to be with the Frenchie, I guess. So
no, I'm with the German.
So
I'm with a German on the Honda that pretty much anybody can go back and watch this show for about a year and a half.
The red plate on your boy's bike.
He's not my boy. Stop saying
heavy.
Stop saying he's my boy.
Heavy.
Stop saying he's my boy. My boy right now is not 100%, and he's a German on a Honda.
Heavy.
He's not my boy.
It was heavy.
He's not my boy.
It was heavy.
It was heavy.
It was heavy.
It was heavy. He was riding.
Crashed that first moto.
He crashed the first moto. He was struggling with bike setup during practice. It didn't look like that transition over to the first moto. We still didn't get to see what happened. We know probably he just either knifed it or hit a braking bump and it pitched him. Second moto was riding great, and he's 7 points down. I keep forgetting that. I always think it was 6. 7 points down. But yeah, no, he rode great second moto. Rode like shit.
We got the red plate back, buddy. Don't worry. We are on it. That Tomac train is floating right now.
Yeah, hopefully you don't
Somebody in this studio talked a bunch of shit about how he wasn't going to win at Millville. And
bro, you even said the same thing when we did the red button review.
You were like, man, dude, we're not getting the red plate back. And I was like, don't you worry. We are getting the red plate back. And here we are. Domination.
Didn't you say after the Red Road review that Millville was going to go 1-1 at Millville too?
Domination.
You want to go back and look that?
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean,
I told you, I don't remember what happened.
If you want to be a true Republican, you can act like you forget what you said.
Yeah. So here's what we're doing. We have the red plate back, and we dominated in a race that you said we're not going to.
I agree, dude. I said in the text yesterday, there's nothing I can say bad about Eli.
One blown motor.
He made up for riding like shit. He made up for riding like shit at Redbud that second moto and blowing the points lead. And then he came back and did what he was supposed to do 1-1. Do you want me to, like, applaud him? Like, good job, dude. You did your job.
No,
like,
I'm just pointing out, dude. One blown motor, and we were the bad guys. But, you know what?
One blown motor.
We recovered just fine.
One blown motor.
We have the points lead.
One blown motor.
We will continue to carry this red plate to our second title.
One blown motor, and you rode like shit the second moto, and then you went out and did what you were supposed to do, and you went 1-1 like you were supposed to do.
One blown motor, and we were the bad guys.
What happened the second moto? You keep acting like that never happened. You keep acting like that. That's all. I
just like to look at what cost us the most points.
And then the second motor, and the blown motor cost you 20.
We wouldn't have lost the title on our own.
What happened the second motor when you still had the points lead?
We wouldn't have lost the title or the red plate
on
our own.
What happened? I don't want to keep getting into this, but what happened the second moto when you still had the points lead? You
had
hit the ground
had a bad moto.
Yes, so technically you still had the points lead going into the second moto.
We didn't lose the red plate points-wise on the second moto.
No, you didn't, but you also had the points lead still. It's not like the blown motor tied the points up in the second moto. You had the points lead, you lost the points lead. It's not like you couldn't...
And we have it back.
You have it back.
Literally in one moto, we had it back.
Great, that's awesome. Do you want me to commend Eli because he should have 4 titles by now?
We are going to get our second title here.
But it's about time. It's took you long enough.
And then...
It took you long enough. It's about time. You're finally living up to the hype. Like, that's great. But you still got a bad man sitting over on the other side of the world that's whooping everybody's ass, which is, by the way, something I want to address. Yeah, no, I want to address that because that's the whole point of this.
Boy.
All I've seen on the internet since yesterday is that I watched, people have been saying, and I don't even know if they were at the race. They might have just been watching it on TV or watching it on the internet. I just watched the fastest man on the planet, or I just watched this, and I've never seen somebody ride a dirt bike faster. I'm pretty sure Ricky Carmichael, James Stewart, Ryan Villapoto, and Ken Roczen in the 2016 and Hurlings right now would beg to differ on who has ever ridden a dirt bike faster, but that's neither here nor there. But, yeah, the fastest man on the planet, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that bad man on the other side of the world right now lost 50 points in one weekend, and he's 30 points up again. So, you know, you might want to calm that down a little bit and wait till October until we see the dismantling of Eli, and then we'll talk about who the fastest man on the planet is. But, you know, until that point, let's calm her down a little bit. Let's calm her down a little bit. Y'all lost 32 points in one weekend, and then now you're only up by 7. That dude on the other side of the pond was equal after a weekend, and he's 30 points up 3 races later. Oh, and he's got a plate in his shoulder, too, so, you know. I just wanted to address that. I wanted the people to pump the whole brakes things on the whole fastest man on the planet thing. Let's calm her down. Like, he rode great the second moto. I'm not going to deny that. But I'm pretty sure Ken Roczen in 2016 at Millville passed 22 guys in a lap and then went on to win that race by, I don't know what it was, 15 seconds, 10 seconds, or whatever it was. So let's pump the brakes a little bit. Eli's got the points lead. Great. He should win this championship. He's got 4 rounds to go. But let's calm her down on the whole fastest man on the planet thing. We got a while.
I think Eli did win a race by like a minute and a half, which was...
You want to talk about that? But that was 3 years ago, and then he didn't even finish the season.
You're going back 2 years?
Yeah, I'm going back 2 years because we're talking like what Eli did that second moto at Millville was like never been done before. When I watched Ricky Carmichael beat people by a minute and 40 seconds and lap all the way into the top 5. So it's not like that shit's never happened. So it's a little disrespectful to say Eli's the fastest dude to ever ride a dirt bike when he only has 1 championship, working on the second one. There was a guy on a Suzuki that, you know, never lost an outdoor championship and had 2 perfect seasons. So let's calm her down a little bit. Let's calm her down.
Some people never saw that.
Some people maybe need to go back on YouTube and watch it to get a full understanding of who the fastest man to ever ride a dirt bike was.
I'm just saying, you gotta understand.
I don't care.
Some people never saw it.
There's also people that have seen it and seen further back than that and are also saying that Eli's the fastest guy to ever ride a dirt bike.
There's people that have seen that.
There's people that have seen Carmichael and Stewart in their heyday and are still saying Eli's the fastest dude to ever ride a dirt bike. Like, I understand if you're some 15, 16-year-old kid that never wasn't even born when that was going on, but let's break it. Let's calm her down a little bit. Let's calm her down. If you ask another one of our friends right now, Ryan Villapoto in 2013 would, you know, beat the hell out of Eli Tomac right now.
Ryan Villapoto in 07 would have beat the hell out of Eli Tomac.
So that's what I'm saying. So I'm a little, I get a little aggravated when people start jumping to conclusions. Eli rode great that second moto. It was amazing. But this whole, oh, I can go 3 seconds a lap faster on any given time. Yeah, he did it one time, and then the next lap, he, like, went 3 seconds slower. So let's not act like Eli could, you know, go 3 seconds faster than everybody every lap. Let's calm her down. I just get aggravated when people, like, jump on, you know, this Eli thing that right now Eli's doing something that we've never seen before.
How old are you?
I'm 27.
You act like you're 55. Jesus Christ, man. Calm her down.
Well, it's a little annoying.
Calm her down.
It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful to the guys that actually have ridden a dirt bike the fastest ever. Eli's only working on 2 titles in the 450 class. Let's pump the brakes a little bit.
I mean, I'll give you Ricky. James, yeah, I mean, he was in the same realm. He was fast and couldn't keep it on 2 wheels, so...
But he would annihilate this Eli Tomac. And Ryan Villapoto... Still on the fence about that, but I think even 2013 Ryan Villapoto would probably, you know, put Eli's dick in the dirt. And I still think 2016 Kenny would do it. And then what happens if Hurlings does it in October? So, you know, where does this fastest man on the planet thing come from?
I still think they split wins in October.
I don't. I think Hurlings goes 1-1.
I think they split them.
I don't think so. Last year at Jacksonville, when they all started together, Eli got the shit beat out of him.
I think they're split.
Okay. Well, I don't. I think Hurlings, what I've seen from Hurlings, I don't think Eli has that in him. I don't think Eli is willing to literally arrow himself into the ground for 35 minutes like Hurlings is.
I think one of the issues we run into here, and you and I had this discussion before we turned the camera on, so from my understanding, this is life for Hurlings.
It is. He has nothing else.
Does nothing else.
Yeah, I seen the interview too.
So... Yeah. I think that's where we run into a little issue is like you get somebody like Tomac and yeah, he's fast and he dedicated his life to this, but there's more to life than this for him.
Yeah, all Hurlings has is motocross. He doesn't do anything else.
Yeah, so
I think that's the thing.
I think that's a thing for us.
But I think the problem is that I think that whoever you support in this whole thing, whether it's me, Hurlings, and you think Tomac's going to do it, or other guys think Tomac's going to go 1-1, all I know is a lot of people are going to get their feelings hurt if one or the other happens. I just think that a lot of people in this country are doing the exact same thing we've always done, is denying facts. And I think that if Eli goes and we just had this conversation about the whole, they only do outdoors versus us doing Supercross. All I'm saying is, and we're going to keep probably talking this till October, if Eli goes and gets whooped, especially at Redbud of all places, if he gets beat down, like just beat down, which I think he's going to, I really do. And you know what? I'm not so sure even if Kyroli's 100% healthy, if Kyroli doesn't beat Eli, but that's a different conversation. It's going to look really bad because everybody's been talking all this noise about what Eli's doing right now, and it's great. He's doing good things. But it's not going to look good for this country. It's just not, because we finally have a guy for the first time that's American since Villapoto that we could say, okay, maybe he is the fastest guy. And he's proven it in Supercross and outdoors, but it's only going to lead to 2 titles, more than likely. And then we still don't win? Like, I don't know. You asked me the question a while ago, like, do I ever think we'll see another Carmichael and Stewart? I think Eli right now is the closest thing we're going to ever have in an American side of things to those guys in a long time. And maybe we won't even be around this sport when the next time a guy comes around, because we might just be old and decrepit. But if it doesn't happen now, I ask the question, when is it ever going to happen?
I don't know.
Because there's no guy right now that we got coming up that's like Eli?
Ryder D.
Dude, Ryder D can't even win Loretta's titles. Jet Reynolds beats him.
Jet Reynolds. He has Jet in his name. He's going to be fast.
We're putting a lot of pressure on a 12-year-old right now.
He's got Jet in his name.
You have to be the next coming of the GOAT. Because AC was supposed to do it, and that didn't happen.
He's got Jet in his name.
Hey, man, I like Jet Reynolds. I think the kid's good. I mean, I don't know if he's going to be that good, but maybe. Maybe he pulls a Justin Cooper when he goes pro. I don't know.
Is he training at a facility right now?
No, he just trains with a lot of the guys out in California. He has a group of guys that he trains with, but no, he just does his own thing. I don't think his dad believes in all that crap.
Yeah, we won't get into that.
So anyways, yeah, Tomac takes the lead back. Kenny's getting there. Now he's got, what, we decided 25 minutes,
yeah. So he's up 5 minutes, so that's cool. He said he's got to get about another 5 minutes in him, and then he should be good. And
okay, so I got to ask you a serious question. Does it surprise you that even though he's getting better, that he still can't put that heater in, that one heater? Like, the consistent laps are fine, but does it still surprise you, even though he's getting better and is at cardio and he's getting back into race shape, that he still can't put that one heater in at any time?
Nope.
Because it doesn't?
Nope.
See, it surprises me a little bit.
I'm going to tell you this. 16, Kenny is on a bike he's been on for 3 years, has been around for 20.
Oh, I know
18 Kenny's on a bike he's never rode outdoors. And he even said it in his interview that I listened to from yesterday. He's setting the bike up for next year. That's all he's doing.
I agree with all that.
Realistically, I'm pleasantly surprised by how he is so, I don't really care what I do this year. I just need to race. That's all I need to do.
Well, yeah, he even said in that podium interview, he's like, hey, I had fun at the track.
Yep, that's it. That's all he cares about, which is great.
I just think that I get what you're saying, and I agree. I just think I'm surprised that he still, his sprint lap in the races still is usually about 2 seconds off the fastest lap.
Do you know how stoked he was? He was only like 3/10 off or 300ths off
in
practice. He was pumped.
And now we're going to the next 2 tracks that he statistically is really, really good at in Washougal and Unadilla that fit his style.
Yep.
So, I don't know, maybe we go to Washougal then this weekend and he gets 30 in him. I mean,
maybe.
He's good there. And Unadilla, I mean, yeah, he's really good at Unadilla, so.
Yep.
Henry Miller, 9th.
In the first moto.
I should have picked him for fantasy.
Joey Crown, 17th in the first moto. Ran top 10 for a while.
I should have picked Henry Miller. I picked Heath Harrison, and I got screwed on that one. Joey Crown, though, on a 350. Yeah, running 9th that first moto for a while in between Bogle and Webb. Trey's on a Club MX. I understand he has a ride with Redemption. I get that, but I really think he needs to just give it up and go ride 350 in the States, because he's doing a lot better. So, yeah, there was not...
Yesterday was kind of boring. Both motos, both classes.
The Barsha thing still surprises me that he only went 5'5".
Barsha was a little surprising. He was only 5'5". But
how about him and Bogle getting into it, going up Mount Martin?
That was great.
Dude.
That was great.
There's a lot of people that are pissed off about that. They're like, oh, you're going to get on other people when they cross jump? But somebody goes, technically, Barsha didn't cross jump him. He said he crossed over on going up the face. Somebody wanted to get technical. They go, whoa, whoa. Technically, he didn't cross jump him. He just
crossed him up on the
face and, you know, chopped the front end off. But I thought that was funny because I was really thinking that Bogle, with where he's at right now, he was just going to say fuck you and take him out at the top of the hill. But yeah, a little underwhelming. I was really surprised. I thought after the way he rode a Red Bud, especially that second moto, that he could only muster a 5'5". That was shocking to me, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, nothing really else. Baggett was pretty far off the pace in fourth.
It's a good thing he had a rant, because I don't think the next area is going to be super long, so at least this gives us somewhat of a show, because, yeah, otherwise this would have been real short.
Yeah, we'll just get right into the 250 class.
Yeah, we're going to 250s. Alright, 250s. You want to talk about your boy and his Savachi syndrome, or...
Dude, he just...
I'll tell you what. Let me just tell you what. You don't even get to speak. Sorry, shut up.
Okay. Go ahead. I have my
I am
Go ahead.
Really hopeful he has his deal inked already.
He does.
Okay.
He does. It's
because if he doesn't, he is floundering his one-year Kawasaki deal away just like that.
Well, it's kind of like what Hill did.
Yep.
No, somebody made that. I don't know who said that. Somebody said that during the week.
It's actually a good observation.
They said it's Hill.
Like, yes.
They said he's doing the exact same thing Hill did.
Yes. He is just...
I don't think he cares at this point. I really do. I mean, I don't know that for certain.
I don't either.
But being a Joey guy, I just even in his mannerisms, the way he doesn't look like he gives a shit at this point.
Nope.
Because I think he knew after the Supercross title was over with. I think he knew that since he already had his deal, he knew that this summer didn't fucking matter.
Nope.
So, and I'm not going to say he was going to win the title because obviously I didn't pick him to win the title, but I think that even in his mind, it wouldn't have mattered even if he somehow did win the title because he already had his deal. He had his deal already inked with Cowie. So it's like, well, what's the point? Like, I go out there, finish out. At least that's the one thing he did that Hill didn't decide to do. At least he's finishing the year. Hill just decided to scream and whine and complain like, I'm not going to race whether I'm on the, unless I'm on the 450. But, at least he's finishing it. But yeah, I mean, think about it. Like, do you really think he gives a shit at this point? Like, would you? Now, if he hadn't had a ride, I think he would be a little bit, you know, he would have more
He'd be hitting
urgency.
the ground harder because
I don't think he'd be
off the ground.
I don't think he'd be hitting the ground harder. I think that he would actually have more sense of urgency. But I think that if he didn't have a deal, it'd be different. But he doesn't have a deal, or he has a deal, so I don't think he cares.
Yeah, I don't think he does either.
I mean, really. And you know what? I'm not going to get on him like I did on Hill and agree with all that. Because at least with Joey, he's had success in this class. Yes, he's never won a title, but he's had success. He's been there. Whereas Hill, up until the championship a year ago, he had never done anything indoors or out. So Joey, it's different because it's not like Joey you could say up to this year that he hasn't tried. He has. He's just blown it. So, do I really care? Yeah, it kind of sucks because I like to see Joey do well. I mean, he got fourth that second moto, big deal. But the one chance he had to win this year is bike blows up. So it's like, really?
I mean, that just works into what we talked about yesterday. At PC, if they didn't have bad luck, they would have no luck.
No, and then
you got Forkner second moto.
Oh my God!
What was he, top 3 or something?
Yeah, and did we catch who that was? That was
no idea.
Cowie, right?
No idea, but yeah, collided with that lapper.
Oh my God,
went down.
dude! I'm just if you're
Mitch, wrap it up. Don't even go the last 4 rounds. We don't even need it,
dude. Because
we don't even need
Forkner going after getting that second the first moto, had he gotten out second the second moto, like he probably would have moved past Cooper in the points. Moved in for third. And at least gotten a little bit closer to Amart. And now, I don't know if he's 5th now, or I think he's still 5th, but I think he's a ways back from McElrath. I mean, yeah, dude, I'm sitting there watching, and all of a sudden Forkner's in the pits, and that's why I said what I said. If PC didn't have bad luck this year, they would have no luck.
Nothing.
And
nothing.
It really begs the question if it would have been any different had AC even been there, because who's to say AC wouldn't have the same fucking problems everybody else is having.
Yeah.
So it's like you would think maybe AC would have done better, but I mean, really, I mean, I don't know. I can't say for certain he would have or not. And yeah, where do you think Mathis is going to be on the troll train this week? You think he's going to abort it? Think he's aborting the troll train? He's 50 points down.
He did an interview, actually, a tandem interview with Plessinger and Troll Train at the same time, which was pretty funny. because he was asking, dude, AP, how did you keep jumping that triple? And I guess AP was like, well, bro, I was just like crouching like this, and then I just like scrubbed the shit out of that little double and like just landed perfectly, and then just gave her all the berries all the way up the face.
Oh, he was third gear wide open, preloading the shit out of it.
And Troll Train was like, yeah, I was doing the same thing, but I was coming up 5 feet short.
And if I was AP, I go, well, I'm 10 feet taller than you and 100 pounds heavier than you, so you got no excuses, bro.
Yeah.
But seriously though, do you think Mathis is off the Troll Train this week?
Nope,
think
I don't think he is, but
I think he needs to wave the white flag.
I mean, maybe because I don't think he's getting his royalties from that Troll Train T-shirt.
Did you catch the interview at Redbud? You are the worst reporter ever seen.
So awesome!
Oh my god, dude!
So awesome!
That made my day. That was like the only interview I've watched this whole entire outdoors. You are terrible. You're the worst reporter in the industry.
Why would you only jump that the last 4 laps? Well, actually, I jumped it like 6 or 8 times. You just the worst reporter out there. Which was funny, because then I went back and watched it, and he did, like, halfway through start jumping it.
No, yeah, Amar hit it. He did. We just couldn't see it, obviously, because of where we were. But, yeah, I don't know, man. If you're Amar right now, you got to be a little frustrated. I mean, you've got to be a lot frustrated, but you...
Well, he got the start there in the second moto.
And your home track.
He said in the interview the first moto was his fault because the track got slick the second practice, so he went away from the paddle tire and went to their normal tire they run everywhere.
Yep.
And he said that's what cost him. He said he couldn't get the start, he couldn't get drive out of the corners. He said the track almost like got slick and then came back around to being soft. And
well, I'm telling you right now,
everything in the first moto.
I like Amar. I've watched him for a long time. You know, I watched him as an amateur, come from, you know, we all watched him come from nothing as, you know, a privateer to getting these factory rides. And I like Amar. He's not one of my favorite guys, but he is generally he's a genuine good dude. But I'm gonna tell you what right now, if you're in his camp, knowing that and it sounds like the JGR deal is probably gonna happen for next year.
You know the rumor I heard yesterday?
No.
I heard a rumor that he had already signed his JGR deal, and Troy Lee had told, or KTM had told him, you know what, if you're signed with them already, why don't you just go ride for them? So I guess there was a rumor going through the pits that he was going to be on a JGR bike yesterday.
Well, this is not the first time that the Martin brothers have had issues, because they had issues with Star back in 2016.
Which is funny.
The whole Cooper Webb thing.
Yeah, because why do you have issues right when you're about to leave? Like,
well, I
you
think
can't make it through the rest
if
of the
I'm Amar, I get the whole Supercross thing, but if I'm Amar, like, you know the reason why he doesn't have that ride, right? It has all to do with Mitchell Falk.
Yeah.
So if I'm Amar, I'm a little pissed off.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I don't blame him, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Like, bro, you're taking like, literally the only reason he doesn't have a ride is because it came down, because obviously McElrath was already signed, Cantrell was still on his rookie deal, they signed Falk because Falk has been with them, and it came down to him and Jordan Smith about who we're going to give the deal to. And they picked Jordan. And I like Jordan, don't get me wrong, because Jordan's way better at Supercross. But I think it kind of evens out when you come to outdoors. And, like, dude, I don't blame him. I'd be super pissed. I'd have been like, oh, if you guys feel that way, hey, J-Bone, I know you got another 250F in the rig. I'll just go ride for you guys next week. I don't have an issue with it. But to my point, I'm a little nervous for Amar where his career is going to go at this point, because now you're going to JGR. This is nothing against them, you know, but we know how slow that bike is.
Where his career is going to go. He's a career 250 guy. That's all there is to it.
And he's going to have to
go into 450s.
I think that he'll do what Martin did. He'll go to a 450 for 1 year and then go back down to 250s and just stay there. Which is surprising, because it's not like... I've seen Amar ride a 450. He's pretty good. You know, he's small, so people are worried. But J-Mart's just as small as he is, and we're not worried about that. This was his 1 year to win a championship. Because we knew AP was better, but we know AP's inconsistencies. When you have the top 2 dogs and J-Mart and Osborne go out, and you're the veteran of the class, and you still can't get it done. Like, dude, and we know your problems in Supercross. I'm a little nervous, especially with all these young guns coming up. Like,
he's going to be out, dude. I give him maybe another 2 years here.
I think next year's going to be a disaster.
Because you're going to get Jet and Ryder and all them coming up.
And Marchbank's only when he can stay healthy is going to get better. We know Cooper's going to get better. Fortner is obviously shown that he's better than Amar. Sexton, all these got Hunter Lawrence is coming over. Covington's coming over next year. Like, dude.
I know. Yeah, it's a situation of it's like, look, man, you had a good run of, you know, you got to ride pro, but
dude, and like I said,
coming to an end here quick, man.
And I think next year is going to be a disaster.
It's coming to an end for a lot of these guys.
Dude,
what do you think about Jimmy Dakotas? Do you think Jimmy Dakotas really going to have a ride?
No disrespect to Jimmy D. I didn't think he deserved a ride to begin with. He didn't do anything a year ago. But, dude, if Amar was that bad on a factory ride in Supercross, what do you think is going to happen on that Suzuki turn?
Yeah.
Like, bro, he might be struggling to get top 10s. So, yeah. And AP just made it look stupid.
Yep.
Coming down that hill, dude, was just a thing of... How about Fortner, though, on that pass on Jordan Smith, where he started off on the outside, they literally like he was going to fade wide, and he just squared off on him and took the line away from him.
That was pretty good.
But, dude, like, are we
AP just bombed that hill.
Well, yeah, that leg strength, bro. Just
leg
ridiculous.
strength.
And I would say he was probably the second fastest through the rollers next to Eli of anybody else.
So AP's going 450 next year?
I've heard that he wants to defend that Supercross title and then go to 450s outdoors.
Well, that means he'll ride 250 all year.
I really hope that he doesn't do what, and this is not an indictment on Zacho, but I hope that, because we know why Zacho stayed on the 250, because they threw a bunch of money at him.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that AP, I wanted to see him defend the Supercross title.
I don't know that you'll have that issue, though, because Yamaha's got enough dudes that are good.
Well, yeah,
they can get them results where you know that, what's it called? Husky threw money at him because they didn't have those dudes.
Yeah, because you had Mitchell as a 2-year guy, and then
Mitchell Harrison, Jordan Bailey, and Mosman.
Yeah.
No offense, but none of them are.
No, they're not going to win.
the box
nobody
even close to a title. So.
No, nobody knew they weren't going to win titles and stuff. But yeah, I think that's what I've heard. The AP's going to go Supercross, finish, defend his title, and then go to 450s outdoors. Which, yeah, you know I'm on the AP train. But, dude, if he keeps continuing to do this and if he, continues to win out the rest of the season...
Oh, he's winning the title.
We know he's going to win the title. He's 50 points up, dude. Like, There's no way he loses this title with the inconsistencies of everybody else in the class. But I'm saying for next year, 450 class, make things pretty interesting. Because we know he's going to be good on that 450.
I think there's going to be a lot of interesting things next year.
Well,
we'll get into when we start talking silly season here,
But yeah, a little disappointed like we talked about with Frenchie. I don't know what the hell is going on with him. I wouldn't surprise me if we find out this week that he was dealing with a sickness or an injury, whatever.
Yeah, maybe.
Fortner, to me, was going to get second place that second moto. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Jordan Smith rode good. That was his best motos, I think, since Thunder Valley. And the last thing, where are we at on Sexton right now? Because we've asked this question about 3 different times this year, and I'm sorry, man, my stock in Chase is going way down.
It is.
I'm a little bummed out.
Maybe he's a better Supercross dude, which is weird.
Because, I mean...
But I don't know.
Dude,
because outdoors get that shit all year.
McElrath and RJ and all those guys are making him kind of look stupid.
Yeah.
And it's not a good thing. And that's not a good thing. Like, Shane, okay, fine, but that's not a good thing when RJ is making you look dumb.
No.
And, yeah, dude,
I don't know, man. I'm very confused with the situation because I thought as good as Supercross went, we were going to be way better outdoors. And we're not way better outdoors. We're way worse outdoors.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten a podium yet, so,
No.
Which really is surprising.
We've barely been sniffing 5s.
Yeah, man. I still think Chase can have a great career in the long run, but if he doesn't pull this shit together, I think I'm going to have to...
Yeah,
put some distance.
You have to, pull the bets back a little bit.
We pegged him for a few Moto wins this year.
We did.
And he hasn't even been close.
We haven't been anywhere near the front like that.
And are we in agreement that Justin Cooper, is now finally... He rode great yesterday, 3-4. So let's not...
I got that thumb injury.
Yeah, so let's not act... But are we kind of in agreement now that he's realizing what it takes? This is hard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, I think he realized that weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. And then and like I said, I want to give him benefit of the doubt, the thumb injury and stuff. But we haven't seen the burst since Southwick. And the thumb injury is part of it, but we kind of know that, hey, man, he's realizing that this is tough.
3-4 is still way better than
it is. 3-4 is great.
With Sexton here.
3-4 is great. And that's why I'm saying I'm not taking anything away from Cooper, but I think we're now realizing that I don't know what you want to call it, the legend that was Justin Cooper for those first few rounds is kind of coming back to earth a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, everybody else getting their setup dialed in finally and everything, so he's struggling a little
Who knows? Maybe it downpours at Unadilla again like it did last year and he goes 1-1.
That would be awesome.
So, yeah, there wasn't really any other surprises. Enzo Lopes came back. He was rode good the first moto.
Yep.
Don't know what happened the second moto.
Nope.
Jimmy Dakotas continues to flounder his career.
Yep.
And,
Say he had food poisoning all week.
Really?
Yeah, he said he was throwing up and shitting his brains out all week.
You know what that means? He drank too much this week.
Then he got to the track, and first moto was okay, but second moto he said he was lightheaded the whole time and stuff, and dizzy, and I don't know.
Jordan Bailey and Mosman continue to get a little bit better. But, yeah, I mean, is that part of the season? Well, Jordan Bailey is inching there. Mosman is just super up and down. One moto he could be top 10, the next moto he's like 30th.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, we're just at that point of the season. 4 rounds to go. 4 rounds to go, man. Jesus.
Thank God, man. You know what I decided? I'm real good from January through Redbud. Once we hit Redbud, I don't care.
I think part of it is the problem, other than the 450 class, I think the problem is that now, the 250 class, the title's over with.
Yeah.
Like, no disrespect, unless AP hurts himself, knock on wood, hopefully he doesn't, or bike grenades, you know, the 250 class is over with. Like, it's exciting for, like, the first 15 minutes, but I think the problem is that the last couple years, we haven't really had battles for outdoor titles. Because think about it, 16, Kenny and Coop dominated. Last year, Zacho and Eli. I mean, even Eli almost throwing the championship away. Still, we knew he was going to win it. And then this year, yeah, it's closer in the 450 class, but Eli did what he did yesterday. AP's 50 points up. I mean, dude, we haven't really had a real battle since 15 when it came down to Marvin Martin at Ironman.
Yep.
So I think that's part of it.
Mm-hmm.
But then Supercross, we didn't even have a battle in the 450 class since the second round. So it's like, what? I don't know. I think we get this idea in our head that these are going to be really crazy battles all the way to the end. But then I think that we forget like how gnarly this shit is to do this for an entire year. So,
like I said, I'd check out after Redbud.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
To me, you know, obviously I still love it, but
See you back at Redbud for Designations, everybody.
It's hard. It's hard when there's no points on the line.
Yep.
It really is. So, yeah, going to Washougal this week, you know, or this weekend, we know what it's going to be. It looks like it's going to be hot, like 100 degrees. Yes. Concrete, no traction.
I'll send you to Washougal. I'll stay home and watch it on TV.
Yeah, and it's a late one, too. I always forget about that.
Yeah, so you go, I'm going to stay here.
So,
on Sunday.
I think I can already imagine who you think is going to win. Am I going to go AP and Tomac?
Yes.
1-1 for both of them?
Yep.
I go AP 1-1. I think Tomac gets the overall, but I don't know, man. It's a safe bet to say Tomac's going to go 1-1, but I was looking on this yesterday. Eli's only won one moto ever on a 450 at Washougal. Millville, he's already won an. I don't know, man. Because what happens if Washougal ends up being like High Point and we get a race again? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a safe bet to say. I'll say Eli wins it because I think he's going to. But like I said, Kenny's really good there. Barsha's had good success there. But it's not like the old days with Dungey and Villapoto and other guys where guys had a track record of winning there. Because I looked at it, Kenny's actually never won at Washougal. Barsha and Baggett have only won there on 250s, and Eli won there on a 250, and we know in 16 Kenny gave that moto win away. So it's like, okay, Marv went 1-1 there last year, but a lot of people would argue that Eli let him win. So it's like, who knows? Maybe Eli goes out and wins by 20 seconds, or maybe fucking Kenny go. I don't know, dude. I'll just say Eli wins. I'll say Eli and AP both win it, but
I'm probably going to sleep through it anyway, so.
You better tell me that if you sleep through it, because I'm not going to come do this show with you if you haven't watched the races.
Well, like I said, I planned on watching the second.
Take the beanbag out of the room.
I planned on watching the second 450 moto right before you got here, but then the MXGP race was on, so I had to watch Hurlings dominate on that because I wanted to see if he was doing that little scrub thing off the berm again.
By the way, anybody, I think it was on MX Vice on their Instagram page or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Go watch Hurlings do that shit. He literally turned a berm into a vert pipe.
It was awesome.
So. Yeah, do we want to see Hurlings, because we know Hurling is going to keep dominating.
Do we want to watch any of the races between now and
No, do we want to
really? We'll just see all at Red.
Do we want to see Hurlings? Is it going to make it better for October if Hurlings and Tomac keep dominating? Because it'll just keep building up the luster that is this race?
Yep, because otherwise it's going to be boring, because it's going to be like, well, Hurlings keeps winning, and he's going to dominate. But yeah, I really want that happen. Because I won't even go to Designations. I'll just stay home and sleep.
Dude, you are not a diehard, man. Just really starting to question your...
Question what? The race was boring yesterday.
I don't care. It's still Moto.
I stayed awake for 3 out of the 4, which is good because I usually sleep 3 out of the 4.
It's still Moto, dude.
Dude, this is why... If you ever get to the point where we can go to the races,
what else you got going on?
You can go in the summer, and I'll go to all the Supercrosses.
What
because I like the Supercrosses, and you like the outdoors.
What do you got going on, man?
What do I got going on?
Yeah, what else do you got that's more important than Moto?
I only own a business.
Oh my God.
I'm buying another one.
So what?
I've got this and the rest of the YouTube shit to do.
Yeah, so what?
It's nice outside.
This is based on... Did you ride today? Or did you ride yesterday? Did you do anything yesterday other than...
I watched the race.
What'd you do after that?
I went over to Luke's house, hung out for a little bit.
There's my point, man. You know what? If you're going to be dedicated to this, you got to be in it. This whole show is about Moto.
I watched 3 out of 4.
No, it's not good enough.
Oh, God.
I'm going to call up...
my pit board.
I'm going to call up Steve Mathis and tell him to tell you what the fuck is up. Because you're a disgrace right now. This is bullshit.
I'm tired. Show's over.
You're off the show. Matt's coming to do the
Thanks,
show.
We'll see y'all next week.